Good news coming in from the camp of Arsenal that Zinchenko returns in training this week. So I believe that Arsenal fans are really supposed to jubilate over this because this guy is really so much pivotal into how Arsenal plays, especially into dominating and really killing off play. Because every time Arsenal is playing in the offensive, he really goes ahead to play in the half spaces, and obviously he acts like a midfielder, and obviously he's so much good on the ball, and he is referred to as a reference by very many Arsenal players in the midfield area. And then we are talking Thomas Partey. Very many people have come out and really showed Thomas Partey love and really explained to Arsenal fans how Thomas Partey is really this another pivotal player that Arsenal really needs. I don't know whether you agree with what these pundits are saying or not, but we are going to come out and really tell you what this is all about. And lastly, we are talking about Tomiyasu Tokuhiro being included into the match squad or the provisional squad of the Japanese national team that is going to go to the World Cup. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. How are you guys? And where are you watching us? Smash the subscription button. After smashing it, hit the notification bell on our journey to go on and really hit 8,000 subscribers on this channel. So the transfer looks like has really started to go on and really grow as Arsenal is being linked to Facundo Torres. That is the other story we're going to talk about before the day ends, because it's really so much exciting that Arsenal is really looking in for another player who can come in and really replace or really go on and really act as a deputy to Bukayo Saka. Talking Bukayo Saka, I told you yesterday that he's expected to return on Sunday in the game of Chelsea, and obviously he's one of those players that has added himself to that injury list of Arsenal. The injury list of Arsenal had only one player that is expected to return in December, and that is a player who goes by the names of Emily Smith-Rowe. Someone asked me, Rokani, there is even El Nini, after spotting El Nini into what we call the team training, the group training, because what shows you that the player is on his way back is simple. Seeing that player in group training, because we're in the group training, meaning that there is even contact. If at all that player is really training singly, without his other fellow teammates, obviously he has not yet fully recovered. But the photos we saw yesterday, it was El Nini taking part into the group training at Arsenal, and obviously that confirms to us that he's back. So Bukayo Saka joined Emily Smith-Rowe only because even Marquinhos, that really missed out onto the game of Arsenal, they played in the midweek, returned on the bench when Arsenal was playing Nottingham Forest, and they beat Nottingham by 5-0. And obviously he never played, but played on Monday yesterday in the under-21 team of Arsenal. So Zinchenko is also back. That means that Arsenal is really now very, very much injury free. Apart from Bukayo Saka and Emily Smith-Rowe, the rest are really fully fit and they are back to go on and really play for Arsenal. The same applies to a player who goes by the names of Cedric Soares, also returned. TNT is available, and obviously every player at Arsenal is back and fully fit. Zinchenko is confirmed that he's returning Arsenal training this week ahead of the Chelsea game, and it's said that it's not going to be included into the fixture that Arsenal is going to be playing FC Zurich at Emirates on Thursday. But on Sunday, when they are playing Chelsea, he's really going to be back, and obviously the manager is going to look through him and assess him to see whether he can play that magnitude of the game. But remember, they hurried him back in the game of Manchester United, and he really never returned. They hurried him back after the break. It was not after the break, it was after the Queen died, and Arsenal never played that game of Everton that was postponed. Arsenal came on and played the game of Brentford, and they never really played with Zinchenko, and they hurried him back in the 3-1 win of Spurs at Emirates. Guess what happened? He never returned, and I think the manager said, all right, we are going to rest this player for the rest of the time until he's fully fit and fully back fit. This game of football that Arsenal beat Spurs 3-1 happened on the 1st of October, meaning that Zinchenko has been away for 31 days. A full month away from injury, and obviously Zinchenko is away. So we've been told by an Arsenal source that Alexander Zinchenko is expected to be back in training this week ahead of the game against Chelsea this weekend, meaning that he's going to be back training with the Arsenal first team, and they expect him to go on and really be available to play against Chelsea, meaning that the manager really got to know that having him back with that calf injury is really something bad that is costing him his consistency. I believe Arsenal plays better with Alexander Zinchenko. I told you the importance of Ben White and Zinchenko into the Arsenal style of play. You see, these two are really comfortable and confident on the ball. They act well in tight spaces and they are press resistant, meaning that when you feel like you want a reference in the wide area, these two people are really confident on the ball, and that is Zinchenko and Ben White. So that's why you see that the balance on both wing backs, all full backs, is really lacking, because Ben White is there and Zinchenko is not there. Because what Zinchenko gives you, no other player at Arsenal that is playing in the wing back really gives it to you. Not Kientieni and not Tomiyasu, who is being played there a lot this game, or these days. So the manager really wants Zinchenko back, and obviously has given him the ample time that Zinchenko really needed to go on and really find himself into the most fit position. But he has been really missed at Arsenal, and I believe that his return against Chelsea, we are going to see whether the manager is going to rush him back into this game of football. Because when he missed the game of Fulham and Aston Villa, we thought that maybe Kientieni, who was playing in both games, was going to come out and really play that game of Manchester United. But guess who started that game? It is Alexander Zinchenko. And if at all United, that was a threat, that has more threat than Chelsea, or Arteta went in for Alexander Zinchenko, then tell me that he's not going to start him in the game of Chelsea. Meaning that if Zinchenko is fully fit, Arteta is going to go for him, because he knows that this game is going to be a big one and a very huge statement win for Arsenal. If Arsenal wins this game, obviously it would have played 4 members of the top 6, and obviously won 3 and lost 1. Meaning that all of the games they've really hosted all of the teams they've hosted, all of the games they've really played home, they've won them, and this is going to be their first away win against the member of the top 6, because the first member, United, beat Arsenal by 3-1. So that is the importance of the return of Zinchenko, and let's wait and see how Zinchenko really is going to fare in this game of football as Arsenal takes on a side which goes by the names of Chelsea over the weekend. But don't expect him to be part of that Arsenal game versus Zurich. Maybe if at all he returns, the manager might give him like 10-15 minutes to see to it that he gets feel of what the game situation is, because he has been out for a full month. Then Kevin Campbell on Thomas Partey. Talking of Thomas Partey, he scored a very good goal against Nottingham Forest, a photocopy of a goal he scored against Tottenham Hotspur, and obviously he has really been exciting into that midfield area of Arsenal. Then Kevin Campbell is the legend of Arsenal. He has gone ahead to let us know that, let me tell you something, without this guy, we are not the same team. You talk about control of the game and incision pass. He was a surgeon yesterday against Nottingham Forest, and to come up with that goal as well. So, what he's talking about Thomas Partey, it is something we've been talking about. You see, I believe that now Arsenal has Gabriel Jesus joining the caliber of the most important players at Arsenal. I believe Jesus, Odegaard, and Thomas Partey are the most important Arsenal players. And I believe those are the pieces in the jigsaw of Mikel Arteta he just doesn't want to miss out on, because they tick all the boxes of the style of play of Arsenal. Do you get? The Zinchenko's, the Ben White come later after these 3. These 3 are so much important. Why? Look at the game of Nottingham Forest. How Jesus doesn't go ahead and really score, but creates 2 chances. They would have been even 3, because I believe he was involved in 3 goals. So it shows you the impact of this guy at Arsenal. But Thomas Partey, you see, telling us that the games of football are won and lost in the midfield is really one of those statements that verify how Thomas Partey is good at this game of football. And obviously, talking about control of the game in the midfield area, incision pass. He was a surgeon yesterday that really put a team which goes by names of Arsenal in a very comfortable lead. However much Arsenal scored its first goal in the 50th minute, and it took them more 50 minutes to go on and score the second one, Thomas Partey was in total control of this game of football. And it's not only Kevin Campbell that has gone ahead to really praise this guy, but even Garth Crooks of BBC has gone ahead to let us know that Thomas Partey has the grift and the steel of former Arsenal legend Peter Story and the running power of David Price. Arsenal fans of a certain age will know exactly what I'm talking about, meaning that these midfielders that Thomas Partey is being talked about, or really being compared to, were really one of the best. But he's combining pace and quality of Thomas Partey. His energy is felt in that midfield area, and I believe he's really going to be so much pivotal in the Arsenal season. And to talk about Thomas Partey a lot, we are so much afraid of his injuries. First and foremost, there is a first set of injuries he got in the game of Bournemouth, and he missed out on the games of Fulham, Aston Villa, and Manchester United. Ever since he returned and played the game of Brentford, and Arsenal won that game by 3-0. Then he went to the international duty and got an injury while he was really warming up in the game of Brazil. He returned, and I myself was here criticizing Thomas Partey on how injured or injury prone he is, and Arsenal should think of really getting another player and not even giving him a new contract. But ever since that Brentford game, Thomas Partey has gone ahead to play every game of Arsenal in the Premier League, to be more specific. Against Brentford he played against Spurs, he played against Liverpool, he played against Leeds, he has played against Southampton, he has played against Nottingham. 6 games in the row, Thomas Partey is really 100% fit and representing for Arsenal. Kudos to Thomas Partey for really being there, because if you want Granit Xhaka and Odegaard to be so much effective in the final third of the opponent, obviously you need one of the best single pivot players in the league to be into your CDM role to protect the back four and obviously link the midfield to the attack, and that is Thomas Partey. You need him, and he's doing that job very perfectly. And obviously I believe in their remaining 2 games in the Premier League that are really going to see them really go into the World Cup break well on top of the table, or still topping the Premier League table. He's really going to be so much important into that. I believe he's really going to go out there. He's really going to win. He's really going to play a pivotal role in the game of Chelsea. And my prediction against Arsenal against Chelsea is going to be weird. You guys are going to see it. I think that will come out on Friday. Then, the last game against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Not so. I think Arsenal is playing Wolves and Chelsea before they really go to what we call the World Cup break. But I believe Thomas Partey's presidency is going to help Arsenal win these games. And I believe he has been given the hell he wants. And I add now Gabriel Jesus and Odegaard onto the most important Arsenal players. That's it. Because these 3 players are really the spine of this Arsenal squad. You might believe me or not, but that's what I really believe, and that's what I really believe is really happening to these guys of Arsenal in there for you. Now, you know the World Cup is really looming and buzzing. We are like approximately 3 weeks. 3 weeks to the start of the World Cup. It's starting on the 20th. Those are 19 days from now, meaning that players like Thomas Partey are really going to go on and play for the national team of Ghana, provided he stays physically fit. Aaron Ramsdale, England, Tomiyasu, Japan, and very many others. So today we've been fed into a story that Tomiyasu, that Arsenal right back and central defender, has gone ahead to be really called by the Japanese national team. And it's official. Arsenal defender Takehiro Tomiyasu has been included in the Japan national team squad for the 2022 World Cup in Qatar beginning later this month. Congratulations to Tomiyasu. So guys, Tomiyasu has been included in the Japanese squad, but that was undoubted that's going to go, because we know that he's really one of those players that even plays there. Is he even the captain? But when he's playing for Japan, he plays as a central defender. But at Arsenal, he plays as a central defender. He plays as either a right back or a left back, because the central defense partnership of Saliba and Gabriel Magal is unbreakable. And secondly, these 2 are really non injury-prone players. They are really players that have gone ahead to play every game of Arsenal in the Premier League. All of the 12 games Arsenal have played, Saliba and Gabriel Magalhaes have been part of this. So we congratulate him, and let's wait and see the likes of Ramsdale. And the most contentious player is Ben White, because Reece James being injured, we are waiting to see who is Gareth Southgate going to consider as another player. Is he going to go in for Kylian Trippier? Because Kylian Trippier is captaining Newcastle, Newcastle are really fourth. So you might find out Ben White being dropped. But I believe in the 55-man squad that they're going to announce, I think today or tomorrow, Ben White is going to be among. So I've heard that also Dan Welbeck has been included into that squad. So let's wait and see what's going to happen from there. So guys, thank you very much for watching it. Rokani David remains my name. Smash the like button, comment and share your reactions to Zinchenko returning to training this week. Thomas Partey being given his flowers as is one of the most influential and important players at Arsenal, and obviously Tomiyasu being called up to be part of the Japan national team squad to face or to play in the World Cup in Qatar. Thank you guys for watching in. Your reactions are welcome. Smash the like button, comment and share. And obviously, I'm returning back with more stories. Champions League is back. And obviously, we are going to be here letting you know what is happening in those Champions League games. And lastly, may the Almighty Lord watch over you. I'm out.